haven't even set it up yet. What's good with everybody? Hold on, just setting this up real quick. I wish I could set it up before I actually start. That would actually make everything a lot easier. What's good? YouTube started to see what everybody was getting themselves into. Was the talk of the town, the word of the curve. You heard me. Day off, but just wanted to do a live. See if anybody caught the debate yesterday between Biden and Donald Trump. If it was even a debate, if you can call it that. What's good, Rogelio? What's crying like my boy? ¿Qué es la buena vida? So watch that debate yesterday, bro? What's cracking like an ishi, Mr. Pasa? You getting yourself into my boy? Coach would always say, "Don't look back, never look back." You guys watched the debate on Biden, who was lost yesterday? My guy started talking about irrelevant shit. My guy was completely lost. Nah, started to get some. They didn't even have no cucumbers where I went. There was a little liquor store that I normally don't go to, and their beer section was limited. Okay, yes, man. I haven't seen that. Yeah, bro, Biden was out of it, bro. Biden's out of it, bro. The vato. I mean, Donald Trump was lying his ass off and everything like that, but the way Biden was out there, bro, that vato's not. He's not fit for president no more, bro. He's gone, bro. He's gone. He can't handle it no more, bro. His mental's just not there no more. You know, it's time for him to retire. Hang up the gloves, bro. It's crazy that there's still some Democrats that would defend him, bro, after what happened yesterday, bro. It's like, stop. Who the fuck are you guys lying to, bro? That fool's not. He's not built for this no more, bro. He was lost. You know, mid explanations, he forgot what he was talking about several times. Started talking about irrelevant shit. Yeah, Trump was lying his ass off too, bro, on there. You know, Trump was lying and Biden was just lost. That's basically what happened. It wasn't even a debate, bro. What did they debate? They didn't even debate nothing. All I heard was making fun of each other's, you know, past and looks, and that's it. Even though Trump said that he's in the best shape of his life, you know, he's in better shape than when he was, you know, 30 or 20. He said he was hitting holes in ones and everything, bro. Motherfucker started talking about challenging Biden to a golf game right there. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Fuck does golf have to do with any of this? Oh, why are most politicians old folks? Because they refuse to leave their seats. That's why. I feel like all of them motherfuckers should that there should be like a limit to you know how many times or how long they could serve. You know, that goes for all of them. That way, in case you don't like, you know, how it's going, you know, just wait till the time's up and then you get a whole new batch of individuals. Because like this, you know, it's no wonder why America has been getting, you know, fucked for so long. There's been the same bastards in there, practically. Hi from France. Oh, shout out to France. Trump and Biden need to retire ASAP. Facts. We have a bigger deal than the Trump thing and France. Check it out. Oh, no, yeah. I seen that, too.
You okay? When we brought your husband into the OR, we originally thought we could go in the box.
You know, and Trump, too. Trump doesn't really like the whole... I think he's mad because, you know, his wife wants to sleep with the president of France. I think he's jealous. Le bajó la vieja live on TV. Grave, too. What age is old? I think 30 is old. Nah, old is like... Already, like, when you're in your 70s to be still and right there trying to fucking debate. Like, that's already too old. Homie didn't even know what he had for breakfast. You know, you expect him to run the country. You expect him to know what's going on. Doesn't even know if he has his dentures on right. Trump's wife is too young for Trump, and she is. Oh yeah, she's definitely with him because of the money. And I'm pretty sure Trump knows that too. Nah, you know what? He's a narcissist. That vato really thinks he looks like Fabio. You know the guy that from the I Can't Believe It's Not Butter? Nah, serio. Trump thinks he looks like John Cena. No lie. If anything, he probably thinks he's better looking. He's gay? Oh shit! I didn't know that. Okay, well, interesting. Well, I mean, she probably will become a dude. No, isn't it? Doesn't he have a wife though? No, yeah, I think he has a wife. You know, or am I tripping? I could have sworn that fool had a wife.
No. Of course I did.
And you know already Trump likes him young too.
I should have been. But this is not.
John Cena.
Who cares?
Serio.
Who told her? Hey, I told her. Because you made me stand there and talk.
Biden didn't remember that. Serio. They put some cards in his jacket. He forgot he had them. He has, but lots of rumors say he is. Oh, okay, all right. Maybe he is. I don't know. I don't know that much about that guy's life, but all I know is that, you know, Trump's wife was all over him, and he was jealous. And that's why he doesn't like France. Ever since that day, he doesn't even eat French fries no more. Or French toast. I only needed one job. I needed one job with Trump, but bro, now with Biden, I gotta work. No, yeah, look, the inflation and all that is outrageous with Biden. You know what I mean? But that's not to say that if Trump would have ran 2 terms, that it would have stayed the same, right? Because inflation was already on the rise when Trump, you know, left office. So either way, if he would have stayed in office, this shit was still gonna go up. This shit was still going up regardless, though. You know what I mean? Why do you think Trump was trying to do all these negocios that people really didn't like when he sold the armory to Saudi Arabia, right? When people seen that wasn't a good idea to do that, right? Like arming them, right? But he was just looking to bring in some kind of feria, right? But that's the reason why he started making those kind of moves, though, because he knew that shit, we have to start bringing in money. So, you know what I mean? That shit's starting to get rough. But that's because a lot of his ideas were falling apart too. Not only that, nobody was on the same page. Remember when Trump was in office, he had to keep firing, you know, people from his, you know, from, you know, what he assigned to, right? Like the Secretary of Treasury, everything, like, you know, almost all his team got replaced, like God knows, like 5 times, bro. You know, and every time you keep replacing your staff like that, homie, you know, shit's not getting done. People forget that when Trump was in office, that was going on. You know, he would have to fire this person and bring in another person. You know what I mean? Because they said that, you know, that he was crazy pretty much, that what he wanted to do, they couldn't do. And he would take them and put somebody else in. There was so much dysfunction when Trump was in office. And people forget that, you know what I mean? Pinches desgraciados. I almost popped my eardrum with that one. Hello. Life in the ghetto, right? But so it was already on the rise regardless. I eat freedom fries. How much is minimum wage in California? Right now it's about $16.75, almost $17. So yes, people at McDonald's are getting paid $17. Yeah, fuck the. Check who won more battles in history. Well, oh, you mean like is in France history in battle? Oh yeah, the French were chingon in battle. That's one of the things that I have said that people use that stereotypical joke about the how could I say the French, always, throwing the white towel, but bro, the French conquered a lot. You know what I mean? We've been arming the kingdom of Saudi for decades. Yes, we had been. No, actually, we weren't arming them. We were defending them. Remember that we were defending them. That was the treaty that we had, right? For whatever how they fix themselves, and right, and the United States would provide military aid, in case Iran tried to do anything, right? Because of their relationships with them, and you know, because remember, because of the United States, a lot of these other countries don't attack other countries that they want to attack. Like if the United States were to, stop meddling in other countries, like, businesses and shit like that, China would be taking over Taiwan, Iran to Saudi Arabia. You would have a lot of these countries getting bullied around, bro. Because these motherfuckers are just waiting for America to stand down for them to take over. These motherfuckers are savages, homie. I know it's 2024, but these motherfuckers don't care. They want to rule with an iron fist. America's really the only thing that's keeping everybody on check. But if you put Trump in office, bro, then all these motherfuckers will get to do whatever the fuck they want. You know what I'm saying? Because Trump doesn't give a fuck about other countries. He only cares about, and I get it. We should only care about us, bro. But like at the same time, too, bro. I mean, you're gonna let other countries get fucking, bullied around like that. I mean, I guess you could, but like at the same time, that's also fucked up too, though. I could understand from their point of view why they want to help them, right? I get it, bro. You seeing all these kids and and shit like that. It's hard not to see it that way if you have a heart. You feel me? But Trump doesn't have a heart. He only cares about money. And I get it. Sometimes you gotta be like that. I guess I guess, right? I feel like there's a middle ground though, but like I feel like Biden and these idiots get played too much, right? Like they take advantage of these fools, and then I just feel like Trump just doesn't give a fuck, right? Like there should be a middle ground, not naive, but at the same time not scandalous either, right? Like just fair. You feel me? Gotta be a fair ground. I know there's gotta be a fair ground.
Okay, speech class. Did a good job.
Bro, was that a crash? Nah, it's just life in the ghetto, my boy. Around here, you always hear shit like that. Literally, when I say I live in the ghetto, bro, I live in the ghetto. The rich get to live in nice, cozy, while the broke folks got up. You know what? And because of the sweat off of our back, these people live in luxury, right? Like the rich don't ever want to pay the working class, their fair dues, right? If it was up to these billionaires and millionaires, bro, they would have everybody working for free. They wouldn't even pay them if it was up to them. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how they get that. They feel like, if anything, that people should be praising them, that they're even giving them a job, right? When it's like, you stupid fuck, if it wasn't for these people, you wouldn't have the shit that you have. It's because of these motherfuckers that you had the empire you have. Don't think you did that alone, because you didn't. Without these motherfuckers, you wouldn't have had shit. You know what I mean? But I don't know. They live in delusion, bro. Or they really think that they're they're them. McDonald's is making 20 now. Oh, maybe they are. Bro, what just happened? Oh, he's life in the ghetto. Is there such a thing as a peaceful life, no matter what country, an island you're gonna live on? No. There's no such thing as a life without no conflict or no, drama. There's just not. It's a part of life, But people shouldn't look at that as a bad thing, right? Because is these battles that make you stronger and smarter and wiser. You learn from your mistakes. It's just a part of life. Gotta take the good with the bad. What's crazy? French tried to stop America from invading, right? Traders. Yeah. Yeah. America does a lot of shady shit, bro. They do a lot of scandalous moves, right? Even to their allies. You know, America tends to bully as well, but they just do it in a more, I guess, slick way, right? Like, they try to make it seem like they're not bullying people, but they do bully people. Because in all reality, America only gives a fuck about themselves, bro. They don't give a fuck about anybody else. Even when they're helping other countries, bro, they're helping them for a reason, right? They're getting something in return. What that is, I have no idea. Depending however they fix themselves. Is America the only country with the level compared to the rest of them?
Babe, can you pass me the trash?
No. The chicken?
No.
Nah, as a matter of fact, there's other countries that have it better than America, right? Like, they say, well, supposedly, like, they say one of the best places to live is, like, Netherlands and, like, Switzerland, and supposedly, they say that, like, those are the most peaceful places to live. Supposedly, I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I've never been there. I doubt it, though, but not hating on those countries, it's just that you're going to find drama everywhere. Trump is a top in business. No, but see, all Trump's success has ever came from all his father's businesses. Like that's what Trump has his wealth and his fortune because of his father's inheritance, because of the businesses that he inherited from his father. All of Trump's ideas that he ever came with, like him himself, like these are his ideas with nobody else's help, have all went bankrupt. Trump vodka, Trump steak, Trump University, Trump real estate. Shit, he even had a board game that flopped. Every time he's ever came with his own ideas, bro, they have always flopped. The only reason why he was able to keep the wealth that he was able to keep was because of his father's ideas, his businesses, not Trump's. So that wealth isn't because of him and his, genius ideas or his, I guess, good work ethic. That's his father's work ethic, not his. And I'm not here to hate on him or make up this shit about him. These are the facts. If you look at the businesses in which Trump, is actually bringing him his revenue and where he's succeeding, is on his father's businesses, not his. His businesses have all bankrupt. I mean, you guys could go look it up. It's public record, bro. I'm not lying. I'm not here to assassinate the guy's character or nothing like that. I mean, these are just the facts. I'm not voting for those two. Hell no. Nah, yeah. They're both trash, bro. I mean, don't get me wrong. If I had to pick, if you made me pick between one of them, like if I absolutely had to pick one of them, like by force, I would probably pick Trump, bro. No lie. At this point, I probably would pick Trump over Biden. Because Biden is just, yeah, he's not. He's an old man already, bro. He's one of those people that just doesn't even know where the fuck he's at no more, bro. And
he's just aging like he's supposed to.
Yeah, he's just not. He's not mentally, fit for president no more. He's just not. That's not hating on him or nothing. He's just an old guy already, bro. He's just old already. He just wants to eat his fucking pudding and watch MASH. Wants to watch The Price is Right and eat his prunes.
Hey, but you know what? For his age, he's...
Well, man, he can barely walk.
No, but I mean, you don't see, like... How old is he?
86? Oh, yeah, he's old already.
It's very you see 86.
And he's trying to run for another 4 years? Like, bro should be living his best life right now, not even stressing. Trump has met so many famous people, and
No,
And
I
it's,
hate those that funny kind of reloading.
I don't know, bombs are huge. I don't know if that's meant to say bombs or something else. Why California have people paying for the name California? Why California have people paying for the name California? What do you mean? Mexican Americans don't do their homework because their parents can't help. Huh? Mexican Americans don't do their homework.
No.
Well, no, Mexican Americans do their homework. What are you talking about? There's no such thing as a good or bad life. There's just life. Well, that's not true because you can have a bad life. Like you can be a serial killer. That's a bad life.
That's right.
You can have a horrible existence as well.
Oh, what's up, you?
You consider that a bad life.
I make rice with it, right? Do I or don't I? Bless you.
No, yeah, you do.
I do, right? Okay.
Sweden. Says I think I can't trust in American politics because intelligence told us they were nice. Yes, facts. American life like a mother effer, bro. Shit. That's all America does. Lies. It is true. They even lie to their own people. You know, and then what's even worse is how they try to cover up their scandals sometimes too, because then even that gets put out there, bro, and then you just see how far they go, you know, to try to, you know, cover up their fucking shenanigans. It's crazy. You know, even when they try to start, you know, when they wanted Fidel Castro, you know, killed, and they were even, you know, planning to bomb, you know, bomb America and blame them. Right, that way they could just get the excuse to go to war. Like that shit in itself was crazy, bro. And that's public record too. If you think I'm making that up. So the shit that they do is wild, bro. Like to get their way. I mean, look at how they even, you know, took, you know, California and Texas and you know, Oregon and all, you know, all those other places from Mexico. Look at the tactics that they used there, right? Lying that supposedly American soldiers were killed in American soil, right? When they were the ones that sent them to provoke the Mexican army. And it wasn't even in American soil, it was disputed land. But shit like that, bro. Out of 500 business have worked for Trump. This is
So which? Oh, they're both copper.
yeah.
They're both copper. You see, Andrew, you just had to wait. And
Can you tell that at 500? No, where are you grabbing those numbers from?
Well, at least you have both.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think Biden needs therapy? Nah, he's just old. It has nothing to do with like, you know, it's just that Biden's just old already. That's what happens when you get old. You know, your memory's not sharp no more. You know. Yeah, like we're all gonna get there eventually, bro. And there's nothing, you know, people could do about that. I mean, unless they create some kind of fucking shit that makes you stay young, right? But then in itself, that would be a disaster. But imagine if nobody dies. You know, eventually you're gonna have to die because eventually the planet's gonna fucking doom itself if nobody dies. You just can't have everyone living forever because then, I mean, eventually you would run out of food and shit and even space. You know what I mean? You would. It's the circle of life. Saca la bolsita. La tuya primero.
Oh my God, that person always says that. Is that the person that always says that?
I don't know. I think it's somebody else. But yes, everyone on the internet always says it. I mean, why everything in California is expensive? Oh, because the rich are greedy. Basically, that's really much what it is. The rich is greedy. You know what I mean? Like the rich could pay their workers, you know, rightfully what they should get paid, and everything should be able to stay the same. And these rich companies, these millionaires, billionaires, will still make a lot of money. Now, they won't make as much money as they want to make, or they wouldn't be as rich as, you know, like let's say they are now, but they will still be multi-millionaires though. They will still have more money than they know what to do with it. They just wouldn't have as much as, like, let's say right now. but nonetheless, it will still have an insane amount. You get what I mean? Like these motherfuckers are stressing and don't want to pay these workers, and they have 9 houses. What do you need 9 houses for? What do you need 9 mansions for? What do you need 40 vehicles for? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, no, but they work for it. They got, bro. But by taking advantage of their workers, though, come on now.
It's 5, right? That I put in there.
Yeah.
All 5 of them.
Yeah. 3 a.m. in Paris. Damn, 3 a.m. in Paris right now? Shit. Y'all in the future. Show me them lotto numbers. Do you believe in cloning? Wait. Eric Trump, his second son, is the source. Okay, you're trolling me now. Okay, I thought you were being serious, my guy. That was funny. Okay, so now you're trolling me. Okay.
Wow, that's funny.
Because you said that, because I go, where'd you get those numbers from? Because when he was talking about the Trump businesses or whatever, and then he put that Eric Trump, his second son, is the source, the stupid one. That's fine, the one that doesn't know anything but thinks he does. So like he's the source of this information. So that's why the information is like what, like, because he just goes on there and throws shit out there like his dad does too. Hey, you know what's crazy is that these motherfuckers think that they're so slick that they don't even practice or have something already ready to go. Like they go out there and they wing it, bro. Trump and his sons, they wing it, bro. They go with no game plan and nothing, scripted. Like they just shoot it from the head, bro. That's legit. I'll give him that. Like this motherfucker doesn't even need to get his team together and get a strategy going. Like he fucking goes out there and he wings that motherfucker. Nah, I don't need a briefing. No
They left their
telemarketers.
car door open, and I think it's running. And they
Yes.
walked all the way back there.
Then when somebody gets in their car, we're gonna fucking take off with it. Like, bro, don't you know you got people breaking into cars around this bitch? Watch when they break into theirs or they
Wow.
take off with their car. Oh, do you believe in cloning? Yeah, actually, no. It's actually a real thing. Now, cloning humans, not yet, right? But they have cloned animals.
Supposedly they clone like all the people from Hollywood.
I know. They said they cloned Eminem and fucking.
I would want to be cloned.
Like, that's a crazy thing when these people say that they're cloning people, and it's like, out of all the people they're gonna clone Eminem. It's like, my guy, I maybe would have believed you before you said the Eminem part. Like, out of everybody they're gonna clone Eminem. That's what you're really telling me right now. Instead of like cloning like these important people that can make shit happen, they're gonna clone Eminem. No, man. See, and it's stuff like that, the reason why I don't believe conspiracy theories. Like, instead of making, maybe cloning some world leaders or some shit like that, they're gonna clone Eminem. Or fucking Dr. Phil. Like, really? Out of anyone to clone, right? To make shit happen, they're gonna clone these motherfuckers, bro?
Wow.
And that already lets you know where these people who believe in these conspiracy theories, what they think is or who they view important in life. Like these celebrities, they put them that high in a pedestal. Like these, that they're, that they could make, big differences. And it's like, my guy, just because you like their music, chill. They grab their own personal bubble and they attach it to the world. Like they feel just because they look up to these people that everybody else must look up to these people. When that's not how it works. Go to these different countries, they're not gonna know who the fuck these people are. Motherfuckers ain't gonna be able to make no differences. You want to clone people that can make differences, diplomats and people like that, not fucking M&Ms and
Eminem.
Oprahs and Diplomats, my guy. Diplomats. You don't have to be 80. I seen 50. Oh, yeah, yeah. If you had like dementia or Alzheimer's or any of those, yeah. Damn. A truck passed by right now with like 50 Mexican flags on it.
That's funny.
It's like 5 Mexican flags, 5 big Mexican flags. Like, my guy, it's 4th of July.
A game or something?
The soccer game on Saturday against Venezuela, but they lost.
Tomorrow? Oh, it already passed.
Yeah, they lost. I think it was 1-0. If they would have won, they would have been in first place, but they say that that soccer's a Mexican sport. Ta madre. Fuckers can't even win the World Cup. Can't even win their fucking divisions. Like, how the hell is Mexico? How the fuck is soccer a Mexican sport? Bro, we're nowhere near being as talented as some of these fucking places, bro. Like fucking England and Netherlands and Germany, Brazil. I mean, if you were to put like England's soccer team divisions against like Mexico soccer division, they would fucking destroy us, bro. Shit, you put France's soccer team against, Mexico's team, they'll fucking destroy them. But yeah, people be like, oh, that pinche soccer, pinches paisa, it's a paisa sport. Like, what? Bro, if you really think that this shit is a Mexican sport, then you're fucking stupid.
Where did it come from?
Soccer was actually, well, depending, because people say that it was a sport that was taken from a game that the Aztecs used to play. But at the same time, there's also records showing other old, I wouldn't say indigenous tribes, but other, I guess, in other places of the world, you had people playing similar sport, they just maybe had their little differences, but it was pretty much taking a round thing and putting it in a net or whatever. That's crazy, huh? How all over the world they were playing a sport that was similar, but they had no word of each other. That's a trip. Just like when everybody gives, the credit to Christopher Columbus for, sailing over here and discovering the American, when the fucking Vikings were landing here way before that food. The Vikings were here way before them. The Vikings were having war with the fucking the Native Americans here way before Christopher Columbus ever. That's funny. Otra vez.
Sí.
Because California, politics. Yeah, true. Start losing their marbles a little. It's normal, I guess. It's just human existence. Ninja, you okay? Oh, gracias. Can I say something? Shoot it. Hi from Maine. Shout out to Maine. Can you walk like you? Like. What the hell? Shout out to Maine. You asked me about. Do you like Diddy sausage? Is that like a new type of like sausage? Last night, the Democrats put Biden out there for the wolves. They had to replace him. I know. But who are they going to replace him with? Kamala? Bro, if Democrats really think that Kamala Harris is a better candidate than Biden, then they're in delusion, my boy. Has had people seen Kamala Harris ever in a debate? Have they heard her debate, bro? I just feel like we should, like be able to get like a rocket and, fly to space, because that's what rockets do. They fly into space. And if, and I feel like if we were up there, then stuff would just be a little bit better. That's Kamala Harris, bro. That's and people will be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" That's literally what she's debating. That's goes out there. She says shit like that. What is your guys' thoughts on the prices and the expansion and growth of inflation in America in these past years? I just feel like if people were to like collect cans, like when I was young, I used to collect cans, and you could get a pretty good thing going, and I feel like if we all got a good thing going, that just America would be a better place. Thank you, Kamala. No, thank you. And Tupac is my favorite rapper. She did say that. Like, she no damn well you don't hear no damn Tupac. She literally said Tupac's the greatest, and like
Leave her alone.
she hears no damn Tupac, bro. Who the fuck is she lying to? Where you stay at, Big Dog? In Los Angeles County. It's a shame I have those politicians. Nah, well, politicians suck everywhere. It will probably be Hillary. No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say Hillary, my boy. You're gonna actually get people to really believe that. Bro, Hillary. There's so much blood on Hillary's hands already, bro. Like, she should be the last person people should even think about being any type of candidate. You know what I mean? She's trigger happy, bro. Just go and ask all these other countries like Libya and all that. Got people dropping bombs on innocent people. This is some smoke out talk. They can't clone me. It's impossible to create something this good. Looking twice. That's right, my boy. Eso es todo. A stray cat scratched me today after I fed him. And he scratched you? Damn, so he's probably traumatized, my guy. He's probably like, other humans have, or maybe his ex-owner, abused him. He probably would beat him and, torture him. And that's probably why. He's going to see another human. He's going to think that the human's going to do the same to him. Animals are just like humans, right? They get triggered over stuff, right? So if an animal's been mistreated and beaten and stuff like that, then yeah, most likely if you try to, pet it or whatever, it's gonna attack you. Just because it's scared out of its ass. Same with humans, bro. You mistreat a human since they're small, bro. They grow up to be, adults that just want to fucking fight everybody out there. Can't even try to be cool with that individual because that individual always wants to, get shit cracking. So shit. Psychological damage ain't no joke. This food from Bakersfield. I'm from Bakersfield? Come on. That's what you say, my guy. Wherever people want to put me. Who would they put instead of Biden? I personally think that nobody in neither of those parties is fit right now. Nah, I'm not gonna say nobody because not all of them. I don't know all of them, right? So there's probably a good one out there, right? Not the young ones though. They're loose cannons too. Like that.
Boys,
Yeah.
which
Cortez
one
and
of
all
you
of
broke my spray bottle?
It was Damien.
What happened?
The
I
pink
seen your
one.
little smirk right now.
Oh, now you.
Now you guys don't know what the spray bottle is. The other day you guys were over here shooting. The USA could clone an army of soldiers like Star Wars. Nah, but we're not there yet. We can't clone people yet. No, we're not that. Our take. Oh, that what happened?
I think we were good with lemons.
Oh, I know. I didn't know she was gonna bring some.
You guys
the technology is not great like that to that point. Like, I think they have cloned like smaller like rodents, right? But not like actual like they haven't cloned like a fucking cow or some shit like that, right? So we're just not there, you know. And plus, humans are a little bit more different than animals, right? So it's a little bit more tricky. So we're just not there yet. Maybe in a few hundred more years or some shit like that.
Babe, should I just throw this up?
No, just save it.
You're gonna eat it?
I'll eat it.
Because I know they're not gonna eat it.
So they didn't let me submit the photo.
Uh-huh.
So, cause the background wasn't white, so I added it. I added it as a sticker, and then the sticker for the iPhone is just like you click on it and it just has you.
Why? What are you trying to do?
Oh, she has to upload a picture for her
ID.
for her school ID when she goes to orientation on Monday.
Oh, for the college.
Yeah.
You need a.
So it worked?
Yeah.
Why do you need the college thing? Do they check if you're on campus or what?
No, every building you go in, you have to go in through. You have to have.
Oh,
an
which
ID
is pretty
to-
smart.
Oh, to let you into the building. Oh, okay, that's cool that they have that then. Okay, that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then I'm like, at the same time, I was like, wait, how do they know who's coming in and out of campus?
But still, that doesn't mean like somebody. I don't even want to think about it.
Man, I'll fucking smoke them.
I don't want to think about it.
Like, bro, out of all the kids you go mess with, bro, let my daughter be the last one you try to. We don't mind doing life behind bars.
I don't know.
Yes, they are like them better than most people. Cats are such a soul. Nah, I like dogs. I'm more of a dog person. Cats are more like,
Does that mean you guys finished
like,
this fulfillment?
you know, they're in
Yeah,
their own little world.
Oh, okay.
After 3:00 in the afternoon.
You know, they
And
kind of
how
want
do
you
you
to
leave
be
at
like chasing
3:00
them.
in the afternoon. So they got them at 9. They started it at 9.
It was
Well, only 2 of them.
Yeah.
Tyson's and Davies.
I didn't open one. I haven't opened one.
Babe, you could just cut it, right?
Yeah.
The grapefruit.
You gonna eat the grapefruit?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Grapefruit's
Are they
nasty. Yeah.
Well, you won't know until you try
Well,
it.
try it right now. It's sweet at the beginning, and then at the end, it tastes like crap.
They're messed up. They gave me one of
Cut
those
away
this
from
morning.
yourself, woman. What are you doing? You scare me with a knife. You're gonna cut yourself.
I cut you. Ooh,
Oh, I know.
ooh, it smells good.
Okay.
It looks like
It's gonna be funny right here.
Girl, shut your ass up. You're so stupid. Here. It smells good.
It does smell good. Huh?
Try it, both of you. Have you ever tried it? Try it. Bite it. Take a big bite to a big nice bite.
What?
She's scared to try it.
Why?
She's waiting for you to try it first.
Let me know when you're ready.
Go.
It smells different. It smells like it would taste good.
I knew that was gonna happen. I was just
That's
waiting.
so nasty. Why does it taste like that?
I don't know.
What is it supposed to taste like?
Like
That. That's how it's supposed to taste like. I told you.
That's so disgusting.
I mean, just put a little bit of tahini.
Nah, he can't say that shit. You actually like it, woman?
Yeah, I have to eat it in little pieces. I can't eat it just all like that.
How could you even eat a second bite of it? Oh my god, woman.
You want a kiss?
No, I'm good. I respect. Nah, but that's yeah.
You have to eat it really small.
That was
Yeah.
funny.
It smells so good though.
I know. That's how I was with the first time when I tried it too. I was like, it smells good, like ooh, you know.
That's a nasty.
Yeah, that aftertaste is just disgusting. That's the reason why I don't fuck
Just
with it.
eat it little by little, like small pieces. The oranges are right there.
He's not from Area.
Ugh.
He's in from Area 51. The homie off work for once. Serio. Normally I don't do lives on my days off, but I was like, let me hop on, see what's cracking.
Am I?
I never do them on my days off. You talk French?
Is it working?
No. I only know French fries and French toast.
Oh, look at how good that looks.
No, well, oranges is a different thing. Of course, oranges are good.
Obviously.
The pan is not.
The oranges, Mom, like so much better.
I don't know.
They look kind of yellow. I mean, they look kind of like
You work
very
Sundays?
light,
Simon, I do, my boy.
but then they don't.
It smells good. The orange smells good.
Yeah. What are you making?
Tinga.
Singa.
We're making it extra spicy.
Dad, why do you have a little
We're making it extra spicy this
My
time.
mom is not letting John into his account. Yeah. It worked for me though.
Tienes trabajo, me sorprendes. Oh, hijo, ¿cómo? Los biles no se pagan solos. Uno ya quisiera. How about the open border? Oh no, you can't do open borders, my boy. You know, you would fuck up your economy if you were to do open borders. You know, because open borders, when people think about open borders, like people only think about like the Mexican side of things, right? Like, oh, it's because, you know, Mexican. But when you're talking about open borders, that means open borders for everyone that's coming from you, because Mexicans aren't the only immigrants. You have people coming from Russia, Canada, you know, from other continents, right? So not just, you know, in South America or Mexico that people are worried about. You know, we're talking about, you know, people from all over the place. You would just fuck up your economy, bro. I wouldn't see how it would be possible to, you know, be able to sustain your economy like that. You know? So that's why they just can't do open borders. I believe that, you know, like there's like a process that they could do maybe somehow, right? Like maybe like some work permits, or maybe like decide who should be able to be, or how many people should be able to be here, right? But to just allow open borders, like you just wouldn't be able to do it, bro.
What do you think about equal currency?
Like for everybody?
Like everybody has a dollar.
Like if everybody got paid the same?
No, the dollar.
Like if everybody got $1?
No.
What?
Like if everybody went by the dollar system.
Oh.
Damn.
Yeah, but then you can't be able to tell other countries how they should be able to run their, or what they should be able to use though. Because we don't even get along with a lot of countries. So why should they follow the dollar system? You know?
You ruined it.
No, but it's true though. How are you gonna get Russia or North Korea or Iran to listen to your idea? They're not gonna give us, you know, a time of day. They're gonna tell us why don't we use their currency? And is the American system the best? Isn't it
No.
what is the pound? Isn't the pound the best?
Here, babe, can you
No, I
put this back? And then before you sit down, can you open the door? Because it's getting hot in here.
I think the pound is the one that they say is like the most, I guess, easiest
Open the
one
door.
to use.
Who'd you hear that from?
People that talk.
Oh no, girl.
They could have been biased. I think they were from England or something like that.
Come on, do you want this, huh?
Dragon fruit looks weird. Dragon fruit looks weird, but it's actually good.
Oh my god.
Dragon fruit is actually
Isn't
good.
that what you bring the last time?
Yeah,
So delicious.
that one's actually good.
Come on, you can have
You should
it.
try it. It's bomb.
It's burning my...
There's even this other one. I forgot what it was called, but this little orange one, and it's sweet as hell, and it's really good. Even jackfruit. Jackfruit looks like it's from an alien planet, but you should try it. It's good. It tastes like mango with melon. If I was to say what it tastes like. Not the dragon fruit, the jackfruit. Dragon fruit tastes more like, kind of like a kiwi. Not so much a kiwi, because it's not as sweet as a kiwi. But similar. If I was to say, you know, what could possibly be similar to it, maybe a kiwi.
Andrew, you want to
Just not as sweet as a kiwi, right? It has like a little bit more of a like a fruitier taste than a candy taste, like a kiwi. Candy, you know, kind of tastes like a candy. What are PTSD guys? I don't know. Trump said immigrants are taking jobs.
Chronicles of an
What are you
Orange.
talking about? The apple said drug dealing. That is so racist, bro. I actually don't know what the hell Trump's talking about. You know, Trump. I don't even think Trump knows what he's talking about, my guy. I wonder why people say that drug dealing is a Mexican or a black like job, or why people look at them as, when Caucasians were actually the ones selling drugs before any of these ethnicities. You know, I mean, they're the creators. It was the chemists. It was these governments. The governments are the ones that created crystal meth, heroin, and all these drugs, bro. They're the creators. You can't argue that, because, I mean, it's facts. They literally were the creators of these drugs, right? As a matter of fact, back in the days, they used to use heroin to cure people for all kinds of shit, even little kids. Then they started to see that it was, really, really addicting. And after a while, it would fuck you up, right? So that's the reason why they stopped using heroin and stopped using like other methamphetamines. You know what I mean? For the very reason. But you had these chemist people who were really, really greedy, right? And maybe they felt like they should be getting paid more than what they were getting paid. I don't know. But for whatever reason, they started selling it on the side to earn a little bit extra money, right? And people started getting addicted. Now they started teaching people how to make this drug, right? How to create it, to bring in more, because they probably started seeing the money come in big piles and they wanted more. So that's the reason why you started, then people teaching individuals how to cook this shit. You really think that these fucking gangsters out there, bro, who don't even go to school, who don't even want to go to school, are going to know about chemistry? You know what I mean? These people, what the fuck are these fools going to know about being a chemist, bro? You know what I mean? And the reason why they were even looking into methamphetamine before, right, is because during World War II, how chaotic it was back then, right, and people looking for new ways and new weapons and stuff like that, the United States government wanted to create, and also the German one, right, because, they both had the same ideas, right, they just were going about it in two different ways. How to create something where these soldiers wouldn't need to sleep or eat, you know what I mean, and just keep them just always at war, like a robot, pretty much. It's kind of like just a robot. That's what they wanted to do. Like, hey, is there a way that we can make these soldiers faster and maybe not need sleep? And they started now, messing with all this and that, and creating something to maybe, enhance, some of these abilities, right? And that's how methamphetamine was created, bro. And they would test it on soldiers. The soldiers knew what was happening, right? It's not like they did it without their knowledge, right? At least in the United States side. In the German side, they were doing it on the people in the concentration camps. That's what they were testing it on, right? But over here, these people had to sign waivers and everything, so they knew what they were taking, right? So they obviously they pumped the methamphetamine through air vents. These individuals inhaled it, and they studied them. They studied them for I think a few months or some shit like that, right? To see maybe the side effects and stuff like that. Now, in the German side, it went a little bit worse, right? They were pumped nonstop, right? And just observed them, right? And then I think after the second week, these people were eating each other alive. You know what I mean? And they're trying to claw their ways out, and, to their right down to the bones, bro. These people were going insane. They said, I think by the fourth or fifth day, they were talking to themselves already. If you look this shit up, right, this shit will blow your mind. But it's only for the strong-hearted, bro, because it gets graphic and it goes into some details. And there's even videos, bro, that I suggest that nobody watches, because this shit gets crazy. And it's sad, bro, what humanity has really done to each other, right? In the name of science or victory or warfare. Now the Americans said that their experiments didn't go that far, right? But they decided not to go and use the methamphetamine after all. How did they come to that conclusion? I don't know. They said that they just felt like they didn't need it. But they said that their shit didn't go as far as the Germans did, but they just felt that we don't need this. We're good. Now, whether you choose to believe that or not is up to you. I don't believe that shit. I believe their experiments did go as far as these motherfuckers did, and a lot of these fools probably did go cuckoo, and they just don't want to say. Because, how did you come to now you see motherfuckers out there pump and, extra strength and everything. You're going to be like, hell yeah, let's use this, right? But what made you change your mind, though? I thought these fools were just gonna be like, yeah, we don't need this. Come on now. Yeah, motherfucker. Something had to happen, bro. Something went, wrong.
That's not bad for these wings.
Oh, no. Hell no. That's actually pretty good. See, when you broke folks, y'all gotta start shopping like us, bro. Look at that. 99 cents. That's Farmer John, bro. That's quality.
I think I'll probably go grab some when I get out of work.
Oh, even their hot dog buns are sale. Damn, Food for Less actually has some good deals. The life of us as a struggle. Yeah, but so in all true reality, it was actually these governments that created the drugs. It wasn't these gang members or cartels or whatever people think. I can't argue with the history. You go and argue with the history all you want. We need your assistance. So the Men in Black? Or is that the Men in Brown? Which one is y'all? The American dollar is the most valued one. It is the most valued one. That is true. You ever seen... bro, that's never going to work. Why do you guys need my assistance? Because you guys hunt roaches and us Mexicans have roaches? Is that what you're trying to say? Let's keep it real. Trump would have got punked if he lived in Los Angeles in the 90s. Say Trump is a G. He's a rich one. Yeah, Trump ain't no G, bro. Trump, he's one of those guys that just likes to pretend he's a tough guy. You know what I mean? Why would people want to pretend that they're tough? I have no idea, bro. Like, I don't see the fascination in why people want to be tough to begin with. Because truly you get nothing like positive out of it, so. So the desire to be that is, I don't know, it's strange. Because those who, understand and actually handle business out there actually wish that they could just be left alone. Americans stole it after the war. Stole what? Like, when we're talking about the Mexican thing? Because that's not true. It wasn't stolen. That's pretty much how war goes, right? Like, whichever country loses, I mean, you lose the land. So like, that's pretty much how it goes, right? And plus, with the whole Mexican and American thing, right? People have to understand when Mexico lost California, Texas, and all these areas, there was hardly any Mexicans in these areas, bro. It was mostly Native Americans that resided in these areas. A little bit of Mexicans only, but very few. That's why the Mexican people didn't agree with the Mexican government, because the Mexican people didn't see the point in fighting for these areas that hardly had any people, that were Mexican in it. They didn't see why even fight for these areas. Like, for what? Because the Mexican government, well, Mexico in general at the time, its army was in shambles, right? Because we had just gotten done, becoming obviously independent, right? So we weren't, Mexico wasn't in the best of state, right? Military wise, even, government or financial for that matter, right? So we were still getting shit together now. We didn't have the military might to protect these areas, right? So these individuals, because America was looking to buy the area, so it wasn't like they were going to take it for free. They were going to sell it. They wanted to buy it from Mexico, but Mexico said no, right? So instead, Mexico's idea was to rent these areas to these American settlers, not to American settlers. Because their plan was, now the settlers come right there, build the town, get shit going, and while Mexico's getting, some of that money, right? It's creating now revenue for Mexico, and these people get to be right there, chill, right? They just had to follow the rules, right? Of you had to become Catholic, no slaves, and you had to learn Spanish. That was the agreement, right? And America was like, yeah, cool, right? And then America came, they brought slaves, they said, fuck being Catholic, and they said, we ain't learning Spanish, fuck y'all. And then Mexico was like, hey, what's going on? You guys ain't following the rules. What's happening? And they were like, fuck you and your rules. So then they went, brought their army, they had the Battle of the Alamo, America won, then more settlers came to back up these settlers, they had another battle, Mexico lost, and then it became the Republican of Texas. They became independent. And it was like that for a while, right? And there was just some back and forth arguments. Then Texas became a part of the United States. And then where the border's at, there was still disputed land. Mexico said it was their land. America said that, nah, that's ours. And then they had another war. This time it was between Mexico and America. And America won easy. Because Mexico didn't have no military. Their soldiers weren't even fed. A lot of them starved. You know, they weren't even properly trained. Mexico was having, you know, its own feud, right? The people versus the government, right? There was all kinds of riots and shit like that because they didn't like the government that was in place. So you had two wars being fought at once, right? Within themselves and with the Americans. And then not only that, a lot of the Mexican generals were treating their soldiers, you know, bad, right? They wouldn't even feed them. So these people were like, why should we fight for these motherfuckers that don't even care about us? And for lands that there's hardly any of my people in there. So they just had no reason of why to fight. That's why the Americans won so easily. Yeah. You know? And that's facts. I know people think that, you know, before in Texas and Mexico, there was all kinds, I mean, in California, there was all kinds of Mexicans, but there wasn't, bro. There was more Native Americans than anything else. And people have to keep this in mind that the Native Americans were clashing with the Mexicans. Don't think that these Native Americans were just allowing everyone to come to their lands and try to take them over. Nah, these folks were still fighting for their lands because technically it was their lands. You know what I mean? So there was a strong hatred between Native Americans and Mexicans, right? Like the Camachis and the Apaches, you know, were going at it with the Mexicans for that very reason, because of the lands, right? So that's why these people were already seeing like, whoa, this fucking land ain't even worth fighting for. You know what I mean? So, in actual reality, it really was the Native American. It wasn't even so much Mexicans' lands; it was Native American territory.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you flip over the tomato?
Yeah.
Oh, this chicken is still hot.
Well, I mean, you just took it out of the thing. Yeah, I still keep doing it. It'd be a trip on a good one. I'd be able to shoot it. You know, now, because of how you see how methamphetamine, you know, gets people and stuff like that, you can see why that was a horrible idea. Here's a fun fact. Hitler was always on meth. That's not a lie. Facts. He was addicted to methamphetamine. That's a fun fact. So maybe when people were like, hey, how come this fool is doing all this crazy shit? That could be an explanation right there. Because he was high on meth. I think it had started because he had something. He had like an illness, right? And I guess he had like a lot of pain or whatever, right? So it helped take the pain away. Because like I said, before they would use like heroin and methamphetamine to cure people, you know, doctors, like I said, doctors were prescribed this shit before. But like I said, people can't blame, you know, because they didn't know no better, right? Like they didn't have the knowledge that we have now, right? So you kind of have to live and learn, you know? Like, oh shit, you know, maybe this isn't so good after all. You get me? Kind of like before when people thought that the best way to treat or whatever or war soldiers was to cut off their limbs. They thought that was the best way to go about it, you know, or make them bleed, right? When just take out the old blood, so you know that because that was the bad blood and they would bleed to death, right? Like people just learn. We live and learn, you know. It's not like people are, you know, born smart to know everything. You know, it's a process throughout life. So the things that we used to think before were maybe like good methods, you know, after all weren't so good methods, including heroin and that. They're just able to survive for so long because they're addicting and they bring in a lot of money. So because of money, you know what I mean? That's why that way I was doing it. That was in those dopies in the streets claiming to be the CIA might be telling the truth. Facts, bro. Some of the stories that people tell, like if you really actually go and research it, you'll be tripping out. You'll be surprised, like, damn, what the hell? Not all of them, right? But like some stories do sound outlandish, but they turn out to be true. And these fools know that shit too. That's the reason why they could get away with it, right? Because who the fuck is gonna believe them? And they were learning too, right? Like the CIA, when they were doing all that crooked shit, they were learning too, though. Like before they didn't have the best strategies, and I know some of the ways they went about shit is kind of seem like questionable now, right? But like I said, they just weren't advanced as we are now, right? That's the reason why these groups now are more sophisticated and handle shit a lot better, because they had to make all kinds of mistakes in order for them not to be where they're at. Now they know not to do this and that because of the mistakes that has happened. But still, giving people LSD without their knowledge and shit like that, and people, jumping to their deaths is crazy. Especially to their own staff without their knowledge. I feel like the fact that they did it without their knowledge is the crazy part. Like, I can understand that maybe they knew and they signed a waiver or some shit like that, but the fact that they did it to them when they didn't even know, that's the crazy part. Because you have to think about it, when the CIA does stuff, it has to go through a group of individuals. Like, it's not like these people just do whatever the fuck they want. They have to get approval from a head of command, right? So it has to go through several people in order for them to be able to do these experiments, right? So the fact that everybody gave the A-OK is crazy, bro. Like, how the fuck did none of you guys see that there was something wrong with this? Like, how the fuck is it that you guys were all like, yeah, this is good. Yeah, go ahead. You know what I mean? Like, damn, bro. And there wasn't not one motherfucker that maybe was like, hey, maybe this is probably not a good idea. I don't know. Different times, I guess. Have you ever listened to Blackie Fontana? Yeah. That was a good homie. He was a solid homie. Now, he wasn't the most lyrical when it comes to rap, right? Like, he wasn't the most, vicious in rap, right? His rap game needed to be a little bit polished, right? But his street credibility was on point, though. Esto, audio. No mames. Saca la mota. No fumo, hijo. Damn, so Hitler was. Yeah, actually, he would inject it, so So he was getting extra high. He looked like he met to us for the movie. Bald. Any good book from? Actually, yes, I actually did a video covering that up right here on this channel.
Which one are you on?
Huh?
Which one are you on?
The other one. The Managed to Say. Its channel is called. It's about what? What is the channel about? No wonder he was nuts. Serio. That fool was on one. That's probably why he was asleep that when D-Day happened. He probably hadn't slept in like 5 days. That's why that fool was sleeping like a baby when they invaded. Or when they attacked. They said that fool was straight knocked out. They had to slap him around and wake him up. And then he still got mad because they woke him up. And though you're getting attacked and shit, he's upset. Really good. No, there's a lot of good ones. And not even, people should look more into. I get it, the whole Aztecs, Mayans, Incas. That's all good stuff, right? If you really want, trip out on the Olmecs. You'll trip out on those, right? because well, they say that they were the first indigenous people right there, right? That they're that indigenous people were like the first ones in that area, supposedly, right? Because this is all still debated, right? So it's not facts, but that's what they say. And supposedly they're the ones that taught, like, that, Aztecs and Mayans, that they all descended after them, I guess. You'll be surprised how many indigenous people there is, man. There's all kinds of crazy. But I guess that they were the first. They were the first. I don't know how, but do you see the North and Sud ever coming together? That's his name as fuck. Do I see them ever coming together? No. Do I see them both fading out? Yes. Right? Meaning you will have time when eventually, nobody wants to be a part of the street life no more, and then these individuals get old and just wither out. Right? There are two presents. When you have two dominant, groups that want to be alphas, because each group, no matter, what people think, they're going to want to be the alphas. When you have two people trying to be the alphas in the same area, you're gonna have them clashing, bro. Because, one's going to think that they're better than the other. It's just the way it is. You know what I mean? They're going to always think that they're, inferior. They're going to think that, people are putting them down or something, right? But anything that's ever done is always going to feel like, is done on purpose or to make them look bad or whatever the fuck, even though that's not even the case, right? But just because of people's egos. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of individuals do take shots, though. Like, so you can't even blame individuals for, being in their feelings, right? Like, a lot of people do, think that the southern portion of California is the superior one, right? Like, oh, yeah, we have everything going on over here where everything's cracking, and up there's nothing but fucking farmlands. You get what I mean? That's a mentality. When you don't know that to be true, right? You've never been to these areas. You don't know how Fresno is or Oakland or Sacramento. They're fucking big cities too, bro. I mean, fuck, it's the capital of California, my guy. Pero, people talk without knowing. Like, that's one of the things that's just, I never understand, bro, that a lot of these fools have hatred towards the norte, and yet they have never seen a norteño a day in their life, and they never have had any pedos with them. Because all these fools are too young to know what the pedos were. So, the peace treaty in there has been around for a cool minute already. So, meaning all these people that were doing their time, there would have been no war against them, right? So, when did they ever see action against them? If they're from Southern California, when did they ever bump into them or ever actually had any battles with them? They never did. So, where does all the hatred come from then? Yeah, that shit doesn't make any sense. I can understand if you were in there and you were going at it, riots with them and shit like that. Pero, all these fools are too young to know what that is, right? So where does that hatred come from? I feel like they just do it because they know that a lot of their fan base is, Southerners, right? And you have to understand that there's Southerners in other parts of the United States, right? Like Colorado, Texas, Oklahoma, Washington, and they're all like about Southside and Sud and Unity and stuff like that, and F the North and stuff like that. So they know that that's their fan base, who their music is, for. So that's pretty much where their money comes from. So that's why they want to, make these people, keep these people happy. Because if they now start coming and maybe showing support to the North, that these people will stop fucking with their music, meaning that the money will stop coming. So that's the reason why they do it, bro. Because they just want to get that paycheck. I truly don't believe that that's how they feel. I feel like they just do it because they feel like it's a necessity. Because that's their fan base,
I get paid tomorrow.
What about MC Pancho? MC Pancho's cool. From San Pedro? He was mostly like a DJ, though. Like, he's not really like a rapper, though. Membership, 90s, 2000, isn't it? Yeah, facts, bro. these neighborhoods are not as large as they once were, bro. You know what I mean? You hear activity, but not as much as you did before, right? So when people be like, "This was stupid, man. This shit's still around. She ain't going nowhere." Like, bro, that shit has slowed down a lot, bro. A lot. Because people are more trucha now. You know? Are still deep. I don't see it fading out. Oh, no. Don't get me wrong. This is not going to happen anytime soon. No. Not in our lifetime, at least, right? I feel like eventually, but just not in our lifetime, though. Yeah, and you're talking about thousands of individuals on both sides.
When the tomatoes get softer, I'm gonna need you to mix and blend, okay?
No, yeah.
I still have this other fucking piece of chicken left.
Like the chipotle still. Are we gonna still do it like that? Like we're gonna use that?
Yeah,
and
yeah. Because I feel bad when I make it too spicy for the boys, especially for Andrew, because I know he doesn't like it hot. But yeah, so we'll do one with a little bit of chili and then one with a lot.
Okay. I've been to Fresno. I will say it's hot. Yeah, serio. Have you heard of the Fresno Bulldogs? Yeah. And then they have a lot of sets too. You know what I mean? The area gets vicious. You have the Border Brothers too, right? Because they don't belong to neither faction either. And then they also have subsets like Fifth and Hill. You know, and they're not Sud or North, they're Hispanics. And they are members that are in the thousands as well. You know, people sleep on them, but Border Brothers are deep as hell too, bro. The Paisas is going to be the year. So robots are still going to be beefy. Serio. But see the beef back then, the beef was, people understood the beef. They get it, right? Because you had, you know, chaos and melees and beefs and, you know, fights and all that, right? But there hasn't been no action like that for a while. So for homies from down here to feel like that is just strange. That's what I'm saying. Are there any Southerners in Fresno? Yes, there is. Yes, there's Southerners everywhere, bro. Everywhere. There is. They'll be like, wait, wow, how's that possible? Or like, oh, it's because it's not because they're downer, because they're crazy or nothing like that. The only reason why that is because they started 30 years before everybody else did, bro. They literally started 30 years before any of these other groups started, bro. You had homies around before there was, you know, any creation. There wasn't even no towns in these areas, bro. It was nothing but fucking fields. You know, there wasn't even no businesses or nothing like that. Once that, you know, they started getting businesses going and creating towns, right? Creating these towns and now creating homes, right? And cheaper, people started moving to these areas. And since there was no North or Fresno's, that's how you started getting more homies to be able to land in areas. They had a head start. Because if everybody would have started at the same time, you would have, you know, groups everywhere. But they didn't. The homies had a head start. And if McDonald's opens their businesses before Jack in the Box, Wendy's, and all that, you're gonna have more McDonald's because they started first. You know, so they got to expand, you know, faster. You know, if they started 30 years before Jack in the Box, then of course there's gonna be more McDonald's because of that. You know, so same applies here, bro. They had a head start. That's the reason why. It has nothing to do with one side is more downer or crazier. That's just stupid talk, bro. The motherfuckers are locked up for murders and all that shit too. Their guns work just as good as the ones down here, bro. Don't think just because you're from down south that your gun is gonna shoot better than the ones up north. Or just because you're from down south, you're able to take more bullets than up north. You know? Picture me being scared of the same individual that breathes the same air as me. I'm in Florida and there's nothing else and something else. You're crazy. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. Because of the numbers, there's just so many of them. You know Mexicans, bro, they have like 30 kids, bro. In other states, Sureños are more united and down in Southern Califas, yeah. But because they have a common enemy, there's no norteños down south, right? That's why they clash with each other. But in other areas, you have to worry about norteños, folk nation, people nation, Cribs, Bloods, you know, and other, you know, Tejanos and other groups, right? That are not Sud or North that they clash with, right? Obviously, folk nation, people nation being like the New York, Chicago sections, right? Like the, you know, La Raza and Spanish Cobras and Looney Dice and Maniac Disciples and Latin Kings and all that. All the Raza gangs from over there, right? But that are not North and South. Because they have like their own groups, right? Like when they get locked up, they come together for either their people nation or folk nation, which is their version of North and South. Because remember, there's a lot of Raza in New York and Chicago, right? That belong to like those kind of groups. And then you have Southerners over there too. And they just beef it with all of them. Just because they don't like California. Or even in Texas too. Like, you know, Barrios Aztecas and Los Pistoleros.
I think
and all
that
this
was one of the city people.
This late?
Yeah. He had the lights on top.
Is there Latin Kings in California, but they rep the 13, but Chicago Latin Kings rep the 5. Yeah. The ones down here are the same ones from over there. It's just that I know homies from Latin Kings from down here that are really good homies, right? And some of their OGs. And the way the story was told to me by their older homies was that 3 Latin Kings had done something in Chicago and they were wanted, right? So they came to California, Southern California, to the area of Pasadena is where they resided. And that while they were on the run there, you know, in the area where they were at, there was a tagging crew, right? They were youngsters, right? And they were just taggers. And they recruited them into the Latin Kings, right? But they were all still young, but they recruited them in. So they jumped them in or whatever. And then they ended up getting arrested. And, you know, because of their warrants, they were wanted over there. They, you know, send them obviously back over there and they ended up getting life or some shit like that. So now you have these individuals down here who are still little kids, who are young, who are now from their neighborhoods, but their OGs are no longer here to tell them how it goes and the rules and all. So they didn't know no better, right? So, you know, obviously they started getting older and stuff like that. So then they started getting busted, you know. But now they're busted here in Southern California. And they had to pick a side, right? And so they chose, obviously, to roll with the homies, right? But they're still, nonetheless, they're still the same. They still have the same colors, same, you know, Amor de Rey and all that, right? But they just roll with the South Side because they're down here. But that's pretty much how it went, or how it was told to me. And I mean by the heavy hitters over here from Latin Kings. So I know it's just no boo-boo information, right? So when people try to be like, oh, no, see, no, that's wrong. Like, no. I mean, you will get people from Chicago admitting that there's no Southerners over there. And they have the same dislike as well like the Northerners do. It's like they don't want to accept that there's homies in their areas, right? Because the Chicago fools say that there's no Southerners in Chicago. And even in New York, those fools say that there's no Southern. There is. And even in Texas, those individuals say that there's no Southerners. And there is, bro. There is. But they all say that, just like Northerners say, there's no Southerners up here. But there is, though.
Can you check on the tomato?
Danny? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it was good chopping it up with you guys, and we out. I'm hungry, man. Can't wait to eat.